How do you feel afterwards? Like anything that you're doing. How do you feel when you're going to hang out with one of your friends? What do you feel afterwards? Do you feel drained, or do you feel filled with light, excited to go do something else? Or do you feel like you want to escape through one of your habits, like eating something, or, drugs or alcohol? Like you feel like you want to escape. How do you feel afterwards when you're hanging out with those people? How do you feel afterwards when you eat a meal? Do you feel tired and lethargic, or do you feel like you have energy? Your body's always telling you something. If something feels off, trust your intuition. When you walk into a room, they feel you before they see you. Same thing when you interact with somebody and something feels off, it's because something's not being spoken about. The truth is under the surface, the truth is in the subconscious realm. And when you're not having an authentic connection with somebody, something feels off. But when it feels truthful and honest, and when it is, you feel like no lack of clarity. You feel excited and like you come away with something, because the energy of that connection is in harmony, is in balance. So same thing when I'm going to eat a meal. Am I in harmony and balance with this food that I'm eating? Or afterwards, do I feel like I'm so tired I need to take a nap? Or I'm craving some other habits that aren't going to serve me. How do you feel afterwards? It could be anything. How do you feel after you wake up in the morning? Do you feel excited and ready to go for the day, or are you just dreading this day, dreading the things you have to do? And I made a video this morning. What is one thing that you love to do in the morning? Fill your cup that way. What is one little thing? For me, I love making a cup of coffee in the morning. I have like an Italian stovetop espresso. And then I go for a walk and I read a little bit of my book, because these things, just these little small things that are like, they don't cost a lot, right? Like I didn't have to go to the gym and do all this. I just went outside, touched the grass. These things fill my cup up, and sometimes we just get into places and spaces where we forget what excites us. We forget to do the things that excite us. We say yes to things that aren't necessarily, like, you have intuition. If somebody invites you to go do something, like, your body will tell you whether you want to go do that or not. Like, you will tense up or you'll feel relaxed and open. And if I have this saying, like, I've heard this before, but if it's not F yes, it's an F no. Like, if it's not going to fill your cup, it's going to drain you. If it's not reciprocal, then, you have to make a decision. And I've said no a lot to things, and I don't feel like I'm missing out. They always say, like, you leave room for a space for surprise. I'm always surprised by life. I'm always surprised by, the weather. I expect the sun to be up every morning, but it's not. I'm surprised by the clouds. I'm surprised by the rain. I'm surprised by the little things. And, that was something I think a lot of people struggle with, saying no to things, and feeling like you feel left out. But your body, your intuition, it knows. Like, what makes you feel excited. What exhausts you. What people make you feel good. And, if you want to feel good, like, your health and happiness is dependent on the decisions that you're making. So you're either choosing light or you're choosing darkness. There's no in between. And yeah, your measurement of that is, how do I feel afterwards? You're a powerful creator, a powerful biochemist. So sometimes it could be hard to make new decisions or to say no to something you've always said yes to, but you can do anything that you want to do. And, I tell some of my friends, sometimes when you come into a place of sensitivity, let's say with your body, sometimes you have to buckle down just for the time being, and it's not forever, right? It's like a fast. I am going to fast, but this is not forever that I'm not going to be eating. I'm going to be thoroughly enjoying whatever comes. For, I'm ready to enjoy what I want to enjoy, but for now, I'm not settling for less than what I deserve. Something comes along and it doesn't feel aligned, it doesn't feel like it's meant for me. I'm not going to settle. Why should you settle for less than what truly excites you? And the more that you say no to things, the more that you take your time and practice patience with things, the more of a direction, the more your discernment grows with something that really excites you. You know, if you start saying no to things, the things that you really want to do and say yes to, they really excite you. Or the same thing with food, like if I'm fasting, you know, your satiety, sometimes it gets messed up. Sometimes you're just craving Oreos, you're craving junk foods, junk. But when you take a fast and you go through this period of without and saying no to things that are really easy to consume, when I have that ground beef patty out of my fasting state, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. It is so good. It makes my cells want to do a backflip, right? My discernment with what feeds me and satiates me and makes me feel calm and at peace afterwards is so much more fine-tuned because I've said no to things that have been wanting to tempt me away from myself. And, I've decided to go through this period of, I know what I want. I'm going to focus on what I want. I'm not going to settle for less than what I deserve. And everything that you want is out there. That's what they say. They say that your joy and your happiness, whatever you want, is truly out there, you know? So don't settle for less than what you deserve. And don't make it harder than it needs to be. Keep it simple. Like I always say with the nutrients, whole food options. Whole food options, amino fatty acid contents that are filled with the nutrients that you deserve. You deserve abundance of minerals and nutrients. And when you also fill your body with these basic necessities that your cell needs, your discernment for the people and the places and the things that you're doing, all of that becomes sharper because you have the energy to understand and to think about and to feel, you're not in the state of stress and chaos. You have ability to be calm and to sense what is meant for you. So anyway, this is the video that I had today. There was one thing I must say to you before we go, and that is that you are so beautiful. I think I might start my videos with reminding you how beautiful you are, because it's so true. Your body, you go look in the mirror, you're just made of trillions of cells. I'm looking at myself in this camera, trillions of cells. How are all of these cells working together to allow me to speak and to share my love and my passion with you? I don't even know. I don't know enough. But your body is so beautiful and so intelligent. Like, don't ever question your intelligence. I wish I had my cell picture. I don't have my cell picture right now. But when you look at that cell picture, that picture of a cell of the body, if you look at all the muscles and all the nerves that go throughout your body, it is so gorgeous, so beautiful, so intelligent. Like, even when you're not trying to be beautiful and intelligent, you just are. You just are so beautiful and so intelligent. Your body, your immune system is constantly working and digesting, and we're breathing and we're taking in air and we're not even thinking about it. That's how beautiful you are. You don't even need to think about your beauty, but you can practice. And you can practice and go in and looking at the beauty of the trees and the blueness of the sky and the sun and the plants around you, or the pups, the animals, the cats. And you could say, y'all are so beautiful. Practice seeing the beauty around you so that you can see the beauty within yourself, because you are so, so gorgeous. So anyway, share this with somebody. If you found it helpful, as always, I wish you the best of luck. I'm your #1 fan. But yeah, anyway, until next time, good luck.